Fourth step, I already did a video on, but I want to go more in depth on the fourth step because the first three steps are not hard, but there's no action. They're not hard. They're not hard. They're whatever. This is a you recovery thing, so it's whatever it is to you. People ask in early recovery, is this how I'm supposed to do it, or is this right? Does it feel right to you? Does it feel wrong to you? It's a you thing. Like, you know what I mean? And I didn't really realize that until deep into sobriety. So it's a you program. You just follow the guidelines and you go with a sponsor if you want to go through the steps to help you, like, guide you through it. But it's a you thing. Your responsibility. But so the first three steps are like, you admit you're powerless. Sometimes that's really easy for people. Sometimes it's not. The second step is, can you believe that a great power greater than yourself, so something greater than you, can restore you to sanity, and became willing to surrender your will and your life. My whole life, really? I like control. You surrender your will and your life over to the care of God as you understood him. So over to whatever higher power that you want. It doesn't have to be God. So those theory aren't like, it's a thought process. It's a talk process. It's a talk it out process. But fourth step is action. Like, you got to write some shit out. And it's difficult. So I kind of want to go through it in the book a little bit. It has examples here, so I can kind of read the examples. And then I have a worksheet. If this doesn't sit on my back so correctly, I kind of want to go, like, I can go through the worksheet a little bit more too. But basically, it's like, you're writing down all your resentments. So I'll give you an example of a resentment of the, I don't know if I want it to be my sister, and it probably should, because that's a big one. And if I really want to do this, we're going to do it. Yeah, she'll see this video. Yeah, she'll, because we don't talk very often at all. I went no contact. I talked to her a couple times. Anyway, it's a difficult one for me to do. But I did it in front of 180 people at the big book study I went to, so I'm going to do it with you. So the resentment is my twin, right? Why am I resentful towards her? Here's the stuff. Resentful at, there's 5 columns. Why? Who am I resentful at? My sister. Doesn't have to be anything else. So write down who you're resentful at. I'll give you time. Or what you're resentful at. It could be an idea. It could be like a blood is thicker than water. That's the example I gave. I fucking hate when people say that shit. Or it is what it is. You could be resentful at that. You could be resentful at your church, your school, the gas station down the street. Man, fuck that gas station. It's whatever you want. What are you resentful at? Write it down. The cause. Why am I angry about this? Why does shit piss me off? Because I feel like all the attention has been given on her, and that feels like this selfish sibling shit, right? No, it's like, Jody, you get to be minimized. Let me not go into it. Why? Because I feel like she gets more attention. The focus has been on her. That's why. Write down. Why are you resentful at the thing? Okay. You can pause it if you need to. Column 3. So these could be pages. On page 1, page 2, page 3, whatever you want. Page 3. Column 3. How has this affected my life? How has it affected my self-esteem, my security, my emotions, or my personal or sex relations? How has it affected my romantic life or my personal life, my friendships? I feel like in my romantic and personal relationships, I keep finding my twin in every single relationship. Not all of them now. It's getting better, blah, 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 because I'm working the fucking steps. How has this affected you? Your self-esteem? Has your self-esteem been affected by this? How do you feel about yourself? Your pride, your ego, how has that been affected? Like, write down how this has affected you. How do you feel like this has affected you as a person? Emotionally, yes, it's affected me. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, it's affected me. Did you have to go to therapy over it? Has it affected your pocketbook? Write down all these things, right? How has this affected you? How has this affected you? Pause it if you need to. Column 4. What's my part in this? Okay? This is where people are like, what do you mean what's my part? She's a bitch. She's the one. She held me back. She's doing this to me. I'll do my example. Do I gossip about her? Do I say things that aren't true about her? Have I held this on? How much energy have I put into this? That's what you need to write down. And I'll read what it says. putting out of my mind the wrongs others have done. Don't worry about what they've done. Look at yourself. My own mistakes. What did I do, if anything? Because sometimes this is childhood stuff, and if this has to do with childhood abuse, you had no part in it except for that you had to be there, okay? It's how you're holding on to that now. That's a whole other story. If anything, to set in motion circumstances which in turn caused people or institutions to hurt me and eventually led to my resentment of them doing so. So what's my part in this, or what have I done to this person? Did I put them on a pedestal? Did I expect them to do all of these things and they didn't do it and I got mad at them? Did I put expectations on them? What is my part in my resentment towards them? Do I expect my sister to change? Do I expect her to listen and do the things I'm suggesting? And I'm trying to fix her. I'm trying to heal her. That's my part. Do you see where now it's me? And you're probably saying, Jody, you can't fix her. Jody, you can't heal her. That's where when we get our knuckles up and we're like, I had no part in this. That's my part in it. So think about that for you. What's your part in this? Are you trying to fix? Are you trying to heal? Are you trying to get them to think like you do, act like you do, be like you do? Because you know if they would just do these things, that things would get better for them. What's your part in it? Are you keeping yourself in the situation which you probably need to get out of? Do you keep on trying to, and it's not working? Okay, so then column 5. Where have I been selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, frightened, or inconsiderate in this? So like character defects, basically. What is my part in this as far as my character defects? I've been manipulative towards it. I've tried to get her to change. I've been controlling in this. I've had perfectionism over this. Write down the things that, the character defects you have with this, because this whole column now, once you look at it, you see the resentment, the person, place, thing, idea, whatever. You see the cause, right? Like, why am I like this? Why am I angry? What did they do? How does this affect my life? You see all these things, right? And then you see your part in it. Well, why am I still holding on to this? Or what have I done for them to behave like this? Have I put them on a pedestal? Have I kept antagonizing? Have I went no contact? Have I, like, which is a good thing for me, but what have I done to, like, keep this energetically going? And then where had I been selfish, dishonest, or self-seeking? What are my character defects in this? And now once you look at this sheet and you can talk about this with another person, that's the thing. That's the thing about it. You have to be able to talk this step out with another alcoholic, addict, friend, whatever. Somebody who's going to get it, though. Talk to your mom about it, and she's never had a drop of alcohol in her life. She's probably not going to get this to a certain extent. Talk to a therapist about it. Talk to a mentor about it. Talk to somebody you trust about it. And that's why Alcoholics Anonymous works, is it's because one alcoholic talking to another, and we understand our fucked up thinking, okay? So, what did I do? I wrote this stuff down. I talked to my sponsor about it. So, I'm going to read a little bit in the book about what it says about this. Resentment is the number one offender. It destroys more alcoholics than anything else. From it stems all forms of spiritual disease, for we have not only a mentally and physically ill, we have been spiritually sick. So it is not just the physical things we see happening, our minds fucked up, our bodies fucked up. Spiritually, we have disconnected ourselves from reality and from some kind of connection to something greater than ourselves. So when the spiritual malady is overcome, we straighten out mentally and physically. In dealing with the resentments, we set them on paper. We listed people, institutions, and principles, okay? One of the whole points of doing this is clearing your side of the street, clearing your wreckage of the past. So this gives you the opportunity to look at the things that have been happening in your life, all of the things that you have built up resentment towards, getting them on paper and looking at the things that are making you drink. Like I said in another video, the reason I would get 2 days sober and then drink again is because all of this that we're writing down, all the columns, would come back up. I would attach all these feelings to it, all this guilt and shame and remorse and pity. I would attach all these feelings to it, and it would make me drink again. So getting this out on a piece of paper and talking about it with another person is one of the biggest steps you can to recovery. it's a hard one, but it's worth